Alright, so we're doing some landscape lighting here. We have 2 path lights on each end, and we have an uplight on either end for this arbor here. We have cap lights as well, which are on. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up. And then our transformer is over there. So we have a line running from our transformer to our steps where those lights are all connected, and then it's connected into a through line that is going to come under the steps and then all the way over to here, which is this wire. So essentially this wire is bringing in our power to this area. So I'm gonna go through a connection just so you guys can see how we hook up our landscape lights. But this line is already hooked up to 2 lights, so it is going to come through, connect into this line. So we have our power coming in, connecting to this line, which is going to light up this light here, and then it is going to continue to go through this line. This line now brings the power to this fixture, which is this uplight. You can see that's on. And then we have another line which is coming out here. So something that I did when I first started lighting, which was just not as productive, and I didn't need to do it, I would try to run a whole line all the way through and map out exactly how much I needed, but that's not necessary. What I'll do is I'll just keep a piece like this, and then as I move on to another line, I'll just take out what I need and cut it and keep moving. So I'll just keep this with me so you can see here, this is all I needed to get me to our next lines here. So once these are connected, we're just probably going to tuck them here because this is pretty low, and then that gets covered in either dirt or mulch. This is going to be a mulch bed later on down the road, so those are probably going to get covered in mulch. But yeah, that's how we do it. So no need for conduit. I'm not sure if you can see this, but this cable is rated for direct burial, and it's sunlight resistant, so even if it were to stay out, it's not going to be a problem. And then it's going to be the same with these, and as well as these are waterproof connectors, so everything is safe to be buried, and it's super easy to fix. If anything were to happen or anything were to fail, we can just uncover it, reconnect it, and keep moving. So I am going to get out 2 connectors, and we'll do our zip ties as well. So I like to zip tie our connections, and what that's going to do is keep them from pulling apart, which is unlikely that that will happen. With these connections, it's pretty neat. You can just snap them together like this. Now they can still pull apart, but to make sure that they stay nice and tight, I zip tie it just like this one here. So we'll take our zip tie, come through, and we'll pull those nice and tight, and that's going to make sure that these stay together. Cut off our tag end. We'll clean up the trash later, but that's going to stay there for now. So what do we need to get this connection? Well, we need our power, which is going to be coming from here, and we need our line to our fixture, which is going to be this. These lines are pre-installed on your light fixtures, so you don't have to worry about that. You just connect them. So we need our power, our fixture, and then if this was our last one, not a problem, we just hook these up. But it's not, we have to get power to our next fixture, which is going to be over there. So we're going to use this line to get us over there. So we'll need to strip this, and then we can get them connected. Alright, so on these you'll see that there's 2 cables. You're going to have one with letters on them, and then one that doesn't have letters, but it has this like ribbed texture, and that's going to be the same on all of these. So it's going to be a little bit different on each one, but it's going to be the same concept. So lettering and then ribs, and then this is the same wire as this. So what we're going to do is just make sure that everything's consistent. So we always want our ribs to be touching and our letters to be touching. If they get mixed up, then it'll just short the transformer and the lights won't work. So I had that happen on a project once, and it took a little bit to track it and find out where we were shorting, and it wasn't fun. Luckily it was in an easy location, so that wasn't a problem. But you just want to twist these up just to get them together, and then we're going to take one of these collars This is going to go over our exposed copper here, and we're just going to crimp it. And what this is going to do is make sure that these stay contacted with each other, or they stay in connection with each other, making sure that we have a solid connection for our electrical. So these just kind of squeeze in here. I like to get them in as tight as I can. And because this is a plastic screw, you can over tighten it. So I just like to go as tight as I can get it with my hands. And then you'll see this come out. So this is your dielectrical grease. And what that's going to do is help create a waterproof connection. And then we're just going to do the same thing here as well. So letters, and this one doesn't have any letters on it, but it doesn't have ribs. So I know we're good there. And same thing, letters. The reason it doesn't have letters on it is because I cut those off. It's a short strip. So twist those together. Collar. And crimp it. So same exact thing that we just did. Feed that in there. Boom. Clip those together. And then zip tie. Cut off our tag end. And we're all set. So now we have 3 connections and 3 fixtures wired up. Now we are all set with power going to our next one to rinse and repeat, and we just do this for all of them. So that's it.